catch her, Leon, god dang it. Freaking... What? What are you talking about? I'm a pervert. I wasn't looking up there, you Oh my god. Hey everyone, it's Mr. Boomer here, and we're back with some more Resident Evil 4. Now, in the last episode, we had to escape from Lord Sadler and the Los Illuminados gang that was chasing after Leon and Ashely, and they had no choice but to dive bomb through the church window in order to escape them. So, here we are now, playing one of the first of many Ashely escort missions, where we have to defend her as we go over to the extraction point that Hunnigan has left for us, at least in this section. And if you guys are used to Resident Evil, you already understand how that's gonna end, so buckle up, it's gonna get wild. But anyway, I expressed in the last episode why this mechanic is kind of a bit controversial, and I can kind of see why people don't like it. It can be very overwhelming at times. Like, right now I would say that it's pretty tame, like it ain't that bad honestly. They spawn a decent amount of enemies, and they do at least give you enough room in these sections where you have to do it to leave Ashely in more secure areas, so that way you can focus on just taking out the enemies and stuff, right? But later on in the castle section and even the military base section, you have to find in more secluded areas that are pretty hard to find areas to leave her in a secure area, and at that point you're just gonna have to get used to literally fighting with her, literally following you and stuff, and you know what I mean? It just gets very overwhelming for people to actually have to defend her and also give her some of your resources in order to keep her alive. It just gets a little bit annoying, but I don't really mind it that much. Like, it ain't as bad as some people say, but I can understand why they don't like the mechanic that much. But anyway, enough about that. We're coming here to the merchant, and he does have some new stuff for us to buy. First off, he has this Red 9 pistol, but we're not going to buy it yet. Because we're buying a new pistol, we are going to get rid of this first starting handgun that we had at the start of the game. You do get a good price from it, and enough to actually upgrade the pistol and stuff, but yeah, sorry handgun, you served your purpose, and I liked you. You're pretty cool looking, but we gotta get that Red 9 handgun, because it honestly is one of the best pistols in the whole game. It packs quite a punch, and it can even do a good, decent amount of damage to bosses, I believe, in this game. Like, they actually die pretty fast at that stuff. But anyway, let's sell our TMP ammo here. I don't think I'm gonna really sell, like, all my other treasures yet, because I don't feel like we need it yet, but anyway, another thing I want to mention too, since we are on the topic about this gun, you actually do get these stocks here for your guns, like the TMP and also the Red 9, and pretty much what the stocks do is that they just increase the accuracy of your shots while you're aiming the gun, so that way it becomes more streamlined. And some people don't really like using the stocks, honestly. They say that it's useless because it just takes up a lot of inventory inside of your cache, and they're not wrong, right? If you're actually pretty good at aiming in this game, you really don't need the accuracy boost, right? But if you're not really that good at aiming, I would say go for it, right? And it not only makes your gun look cool, but it also saves you having to waste several bullets trying to just get that one gem off the wall, or shooting a medallion that's far, far away that you want to hit. So go for it if you want to. At the end of the day, it's your preference. I wouldn't say that's completely useless. That's just my thoughts on it anyway. Like, in some of my playthroughs on this game, I do actually go and buy the stock, especially when I have like a lot of room for it, because honestly I don't see a reason why you wouldn't, other than the fact that you are pretty cracked at aiming in this game, which some people are. But anyway, as always, we are going to save, make a backup save here, just in case something wrong happens with the recording, and I can easily just go back and go back to that point and try again. I have been messing with the settings in my software, so it shouldn't do that anymore. But anyway, here, as I said in the last episode, we are in the Chapter 2 section, and in this section, it is a lot more horror themed. Like, you saw that shit? The villager's eyes are freaking glowing in dark red there, so hell yeah, he's looking like freaking Dracula or some shit. That's the reason why I love this part. Like, it's very scary. Very spooky. Oh yeah, and this music is tense too. Shit, let me use my shotgun. Don't want to get too close. Those parasites actually do a good number on your health if you let them do it, so you don't wanna let them get too close to you. But yeah, the Ashely sections aren't as bad as some people make them out to be. Literally, as long as you just leave her in actual secluded areas that the enemies are not at, you really won't have to worry about, oh shit. Oh shit, he almost attacked me there. You really don't have to worry about, them ever grabbing her. Like, right now, there's not that many enemies on this little segment here inside the village, so of course you don't have to worry about that whole overwhelming shenanigans that I was talking about earlier, but later on inside the castle section and military section, it will get absolutely bullshit with these types of sections. There is one section in the castle section that does have this element that I absolutely do not like. They spawn us a lot of enemies, and there's not really a lot of space to leave Ashely, so she doesn't get hurt by the enemy or kidnapped. And I don't like that section. But anyway, yeah, some more enemies here. Another thing to mention too is that, yeah, this is pretty much one of the last chances you get in order to like backtrack through the village again. Like we backtracked through this village like about 3 times now, I believe, and we're getting close to leaving the village and actually going on to the castle section. It's not after this chapter, but the next chapter after this, we will be going over to the castle section. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, this Red 9 is packing quite the punch, man. Like, these enemies are dropping like flies here. Not to say that the regular handgun is bad, right? You guys don't have to sell the handgun. Oh shit, he's getting a bit too close there. Shit. I freaking wasn't watching my sticks there. But you guys don't have to sell the normal handgun in order to actually, like, be good here, right? You can keep that until the end game, honestly. It's a pretty good handgun that has a very strong crit rate, so you can pop heads easy with that thing too, fully upgraded, so I recommend just keeping that handgun if you don't want the Red 9. It's pretty good, honestly. Now, what was I saying before that freaking guy interrupted me? Let's see. Oh yeah, I was saying this was the first, like, this is the, like, one of the last times we're gonna backtrack through this village, since after this chapter, not this chapter, the next chapter, we are gonna actually move on over to the castle section. So I would take this chance now to kind of like come back through here and just double check if there's anything you missed and stuff. Like, the barrels here do respawn with loot inside of it, so it's pretty good to just take the opportunity to just backtrack through these houses here that you already got and just get the loot here, because you may never know if you ever need it in the future. This is Resident Evil we're talking about, and you know, you do need to survive, and without the resources to survive, you can't survive. It's game over. Let's see. Let me catch Ashely here. Catch her, Leon, god dang it. Freaking... What? What are you talking about? I'm a pervert. I wasn't looking up there, you fucking... Oh my god. You fucking weirdo. I wasn't looking up your freaking skirt, dumbass. I was just looking at the wall. I was trying to catch your ass. That's another freaking funny mechanic too. If you actually do try and stare up Ashely's skirt, she will call you a pervert. I can see why they didn't add this inside the remake, cause yeah, let's just say that games back in the day, and just media in general back in the day, just had a lot of stuff inside of it that I think would definitely not be accepted now. This is one of those things that would not be accepted now. You're a beautiful girl, Ashely, but seriously, I do not feel comfortable with people doing that shit. That's just weird. But anyway, moving on here. I think we got everything, so we can just move out of this area here. I don't think this is going to actually be like a very long chapter out of all the chapters we played so far, since there's not really any unique treasure items, I believe, in this chapter, honestly. Like, I think we've collected practically all the treasure that we could collect, and at least that I think is useful in this section, like in the village section, so there's not really much to really backtrack here, aside for some of the loots inside of these boxes, but for the most part we are just going to press forward and just beat the level here. Alrighty, then let's go to the next section, which we're actually going to explain this. As you see here, there are sometimes these little dumpsters that you can hide Ashely in, and I would say go on and do it, because it makes fighting against these enemies way more easier and less stressful than we're fighting with her behind your back and stuff, because the enemies actually cannot get Ashely when she's in a dumpster. They literally don't know where she's at, and even if they do see you put her in the dumpster, they're not going to go after her and open up that dumpster and get her. So Yeah, it does make it a lot more easier. The problem is, though, is that not a lot of these sections do spawn those dumpsters. Like, these village sections do spawn these dumpsters a lot, but once we get to the castle section, and in some parts of the military section, like, you know what I mean, they don't spawn these dumpsters, and it's become stressful, and holy shit, that honestly scared the hell out of me. I literally thought I just saw Dracula inside the dark there for a second, holy fuck. Like, this section is pretty creepy, man. The music, the atmosphere, the freaking enemies just literally walking in the dark with their eyes glowing. You could pretty much tell that this game was trying for its time, even though it has a lot of action inside of it, to actually be scary. And I think I'm going to actually use the sniper rifle here and just... No, don't use that. I think I'm actually going to use the sniper rifle here and just pop their heads. Why not? But yeah, another thing to talk about too, yeah, is that there is three parasites, like three types of parasites whenever they mutate that you have to deal with, and let's just say, like, the first one is that blade one that you saw earlier, where they just, like, transform into, like, these thieving blades like they're from the anime Parasite. And then the next one is that they have this weird worm head that kind of spawns out of their body, and if you're not careful, it can actually insta-kill you or decapitate your head. And then the third one, which I think is going to come like later on in the military section, or some part of the castle section, is a spider one. And that spider one, pretty much once you kill the body, the freaking head of that parasite actually detaches from the body and actually tries to attack you and stuff. And that one's probably, in my opinion, the most annoying because it's fucking hard as hell hitting those freaking little bug critters and stuff. And you gotta waste a lot of ammo for absolutely no reason trying to kill that thing. I hate that shit. Definitely, if you do have a flash grenade, you definitely want to save it for those, because I would say out of all of them, those are like the most annoying. Okay, there's handgun ammo here, and we already got the Bernstein, so I'm actually curious. Does anything else spawn in place of the Bernstein if you actually break this box? Alrighty, come on down, Ashley. I'm not looking up there, you freaking weirdo. I'm not looking up there. I was literally just holding my arms out to catch you. Alrighty, push this shit. Alrighty, there we go. We're pretty much good here. And now we actually get to go over to that door that's over there. Like, I don't know if you guys remember that huge door that's all the... Oh, wait, I missed those barrels there. Let me go ahead and get them. But that huge door that's over there all the way on the left side, once you climb up that ladder and you jump out that window, we get to go over there now. We couldn't go over there before since there was no way to open it, but... Okay, can I not... See, that's the only thing I kind of hate about this little mechanic. Because the ladder's up and I want to climb it, but when she's ready to, like, fall and you have to catch her, the game says, nah, Leon, you gotta be a gentleman. You gotta catch her. I don't give a shit if you're trying to, like, get to her. You have to literally catch her first. And it's freaking annoying. Let me actually see if I can pop his head real quick. Maybe I don't have to deal with the parasite. Yeah, I don't. Alrighty, there we go. Saves a lot of ammo. Bink. But later on, we will get a stronger sniper as well, so that's pretty much cool. Alrighty, all the bear chaps are down, and I'm catching you, Ashley. But yeah, the sections are not as bad as people say they are. As long as you're literally just watching her back 24/7 and leaving her in pretty good areas, you don't really have to worry too much about the enemies grabbing her. If they are grabbing her a lot, I could say that easily that that is a skill issue, but at the same time, like, I understand if it's in a castle section or in the later parts of the military section. I opened it, Leon! I think she's voice acted by the same voice actor as Sandy from SpongeBob, so that's a bit interesting. I have never in my years knew that. Like, I knew they sounded similar, but I never knew that, honestly. And we're just gonna give her this TMP ammo, because as always, I just don't understand why the game just gives us TMP ammo when I don't have the TMP. I really think the developers probably wanted me to buy that weapon. But as I said, the machine guns are not really that good. But anyway, here, we're going up to this new section here. Hang on, let me let the cutscene go.
Leon, I have some bad news.
I'd rather not hear it.
Well, I'm afraid I have to tell you anyway. We've lost contact with the chopper. Someone must have shot it down, though we can't determine who.
Great.
We're prepping another chopper for you. Meanwhile, I want you to head towards the extraction point.
Got it.
And what did I say, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Resident Evil. Any single time a character calls for an distraction, just expect that chopper to get blown up or something bad to happen. Like, that is literally the game in a nutshell. Horror movie cliche number one. But anyway, we got this new cabin section here, and I'll go over it in a bit.
What are we gonna do, Leon?
Hate to say it, but we're sandwiched, all right. Quick, in that cabin! Leon!
Small world, eh? Well, I see that the president's equipped his daughter with ballistics, too.
Rude! And I don't believe there's any relevance with my figure and my standing. Who are you?
Oh, excuse me, Your Highness. Perhaps the young lady might want to introduce herself first before asking someone his name.
Her name's Ashely Graham, the president's daughter.
Is she... well, you know.
Don't worry, she's cool.
Never mind. There's supposed to be some kind of obvious symptom before you turn into one of them anyway.
Look!
Ashely, upstairs!
Okay, it's game time.
Alrighty, and we're now inside this little cabin defense section, which is another type of section that kind of inspired a lot of games that you see nowadays. I believe that Resident Evil 6 and 5 also have their own take on this as well, but let me actually see if I can actually clear my inventory here, because holy frick frack, it is a fucking mess right now. Look at all these freaking herbs all over the place, man. These herbs are just everywhere. But anyway, for some people, these cabin defense sections can be a bit overwhelming since, again, there's like a bunch of enemies coming in. What I usually do is I first go upstairs and downstairs and loot everything. Like, make sure you get every single grenade, and every single herb, and every single just anything possible inside of here in order to make sure that... yeah, I'm probably gonna have to just make a... yeah, I'm just gonna have to use my herbs here to free up room. Just get every single grenade and herb here. Make sure you have that. And then also prepare for battle as well. Might be able to fit that grenade, yes I can. But this section is actually pretty easy, honestly, especially on professional difficulty, because honestly, it's not really as hard as you would think it would be, right? I usually like just letting them in, like, right about here as well. But yeah, pretty much what I do is once they break in like this, I kind of immediately switch my game plan to just camping on the stairs. Like, you pretty much are in this section, you're fighting with Luis, and you pretty much have to just prevent these guys from killing you. You don't have to worry about protecting Ashely, she's in good hands, she's hiding, but you know what I mean, you still gotta worry about protecting your own life, and Luis's life. Not a lot of people actually mention this in their playthroughs, but you want to make sure that you be absolutely careful around Luis, right? You don't want to hit him too many times with your shotgun or your weaponry, because if you so much as damage him too much, he will actually murk your ass on the spot and it will be game over. I'm not joking, by the way, he actually will dead-ass kill you if you shoot him too many times. It's pretty funny when it happens too. He's just like, adios, Leon, and it's fucking funny as hell whenever in the first playthroughs I see of this game, when people do their first time playthroughs, they're just like, what the fuck? He shot the hell out of me. It's pretty cool. But, yeah. I just kind of focus on camping on these steps here, and then just lining them up with the shotgun, and then... okay, what the fuck? What the hell? Why'd that happen? Okay, that's why. He freaking was mutating there. I was about to say, why the hell did he still attack me when he was decapitated? This ain't Black Ops 1 zombies. Wait, what the hell? But once there are parasites inside the room, of course use your flash grenades, because you leave them around for too long, they do become very annoying to deal with. Very, very annoying to deal with, and holy shit. That's what I was talking about right there. That dude almost came up and freaking ruined my day right there. Okay, there. Okay, almost got me there. Shit, man, like, holy fuck. Okay, and here we go. Once you're like halfway through the fight, you will move upstairs, and soon they will try and come up here as well. So you have to watch both the stairs and the windows. So I'm gonna just freaking keep pushing these freaking ladders down to prevent these Bob the Builder ass fucking no, not Bob the Builder. These handy manny ass freaking villagers them coming in here and trying to do some construction and shit. Okay, holy shit, I gotta heal. I gotta heal now. Okay, flash grenade. Cause holy frick, man, it freaking got packed up here. Not for real. But yeah, for the most part, this section is pretty easy on professional difficulty. Like, it used to be pretty hard for me in my book, but just doing this strategy over and over again, it does just make this feel a little bit like a joke sometimes, and Luis honestly is a pretty good AI. Like, that's one thing I'll say in this game, the AI for the most part is actually pretty responsive. I don't know what the hell happened after this game that they made Resident Evil 5 AI feel a little bit janky as shit and stuff, but it just happens, I guess. Oh my goodness. I think I might just use a grenade here. Watch out, Luis. Look at that shit. Freaking bro barrel rolls. Like, see, bro's AI is top notch. And I think we're approaching near the end of the fight here, I think. I think we're just gonna kill a couple more and we'll be good. Yep, we are.
Looks like they're backing off.
So, what do we do now?
The bridge I crossed to get here's out. So I guess we have no choice but to keep moving.
I forgot something. You guys go on ahead.
Louis.
Alrighty, and that is the end of chapter 2-2, and the next chapter we'll do is 2-3. Like, again, I said it wasn't going to be a very long chapter since there's not much exploration to be done in that chapter. It's pretty linear and straightforward. You just go from point A to point B, so yeah, it was pretty easy to pretty much get through. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Resident Evil 4, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next part of Resident Evil 4. So, peace out until then. Stay safe.